So my dad died quite suddenly when I was almost 8 years old, leaving my mother to raise two precocious young ladies and raise a business, run a business. And she was woefully underprepared for any of it. So she did as you do. She brought in help, alcohol. So as my mother leaned more heavily on alcohol, I leaned into an overinflated sense of responsibility. And I quickly grew up. I watched, I observed, I listened to the world around me. And I learned how to manipulate my mother because I found out very quickly that if she made a promise when she was drinking, she would honor that promise regardless of what it was, because drinking does not affect her rational decision-making processes. Which is how I found myself at the end of a 3-week backpacking trip in Europe when I was 16 by myself. So I'm sitting in a very delayed, waiting for a very delayed flight at Heathrow, reading a book, minding my own business, when I notice a set of feet in combat boots, jeans, the requisite flannel shirt, ponytail, and guitar of this 25-ish year old backpacker. And I ignore it. He sits down near me and starts trying to have a conversation. And I ignore him. He says, "Oh, come on. What else? Just talk to me for a little bit." So I put my book down. I figure maybe he has something interesting to say. And so we chat for a little bit. He has nothing interesting to say. And I say, "Hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom and grab some food. So it's nice talking to you, but I'm out." He says, "Oh, no, don't, I'll go with you." "I'm good." "Oh, I'm not going to go with you to the bathroom. I'll just hang out with you. You know, why be alone in the airport?" Maybe because I want to be alone, I'm thinking. But I've learned that it's important just to avoid the conflict if someone comes at you and doesn't have boundaries. If you can just keep yourself small and you can keep cutting things off, it'll run out of steam. So we go get something to eat. And then I say, "I'm going to go back and read my book." "Well, I'll go with you." "What the fuck, dude? Go away." But of course, I'm just like, okay, you know what? It's just a few more minutes. What could go wrong? It's an international airport. I'll deal with this guy. Pretty soon, we're going to go our separate ways and it'll be fine. And to be honest, I'd been sitting there for a long time. I was kind of curious what his angle was, why he wanted to keep talking to me. So we're sitting there again, and I'm reading my book again, and I notice he's fiddling around with something out of his guitar case, and he says, "Hey, do you want to smoke?" "No, I don't smoke." This is in the era of smoking in airports. And he says, no, I mean, I've got some hashish." So, "Yeah, I definitely don't smoke that." It's like, "Oh, come on. Live a little. It'll be fun." And I'm thinking to myself, as I've thought many times in my life, who's the grown-up? So, "Nah, it makes me sick. I'm good." Because I've learned if you tell people that something makes you sick, that's the one way to get them to leave you alone and not push whatever it is they're pushing. So he goes about his business and smokes his hashish. And you would think I'd leave at this point, but I can't. I physically feel like I'm stuck because I just have to survive that moment. And I've been trained that if someone is drinking or smoking, is intoxicated, or is having boundary issues. Again, if you just stay small and you wait, you can usually just wait them out, and it'll be okay in a little while. So he gets done, and I see that he's put everything away. This was my chance. And I go to get up, and he says, "Hold on. I want to show you something." Oh my fucking God, dude. So he takes this little case out of his guitar case. This is like this hidden spot at the top of the neck of the guitar. And he opens it up. Hashish seeds. I'm importing them to Canada. Oh my God. I just want to go home. Like, I can't get rid of this guy. But now he's connected. It's like white on rice. And I'm just like, okay, I have to get to the check-in. And he just kind of stays with me. And I'm still like, what is going on? But we're almost there. I see the check-ins. He's going to go his way. I'm going to go my way. And I will be done with him. So as we're walking up, 2 police officers start to walk by us. And as these bobbies are passing us, he says to them, "She's got plastique." This is 1991. The Irish rebels, freedom fighters, are strategically placing random explosives around the British Isles. Plastique is a bomb-making device. I'm shocked. What the hell? And everything starts to organize in my brain, all of these couple hours. And I realize as I'm being drugged to this room that says, "No entrance," what just happened. He used me to take attention away from himself. So now I'm in this room and I feel like I'm starting to drown and everything's just a little bit wavy, and I'm like, okay, just keep your wits about you. You haven't done anything wrong. You're an American citizen. Like, you've got your passport. It's gonna be fine. And they have me dump out my dirty laundry. So 3 weeks worth of clothes on these X-ray machines. And all of a sudden, the only thing I can think is my camera film. I can't go through those machines because it'll ruin everything. And I tell them, my film, can we not put my film through? I should totally be worried about other things, but that film is important. And they say, nope, it's all going through. And they start asking me all of these questions about, do I know anyone from Ireland? Do I know anyone from the Middle East? Why am I traveling alone? Do people know where I am? And I'm answering them, and my brain is foggy, and I'm trying to just like stay focused. And then I kind of hear them say, well, why would he do this? Why would he say that you have plastique? And I say, can I ask you a question? I said, yes. I said, if someone had, say, a quarter cup of hashish seeds on them, and they were trying to take them to Canada to potentially sell, and you found out, what would happen? They said, well, they wouldn't leave the airport. Why? I said, well, I don't have plastique. We've made that clear. But that guy who said I did, he showed me hashish seeds. And they said, really? And I said, really? And they said, can you identify him? And I said, can you get me to my plane on time? And they said, yes. And I said, yes. And we loaded my shit back in the bag, and we went out the door, and I had 2 bobbies in front of me and 2 on either side. I looked very important. And we walked by the waiting area, And I saw that hashish seed having motherfucker in his goddamn guitar case. And I said, that's him. And they said, hold on, miss. And they peeled off and walked him back past me for visual identification. And I said, have a nice flight. Thank you.